What's up, everyone? This is Rayuka here, and today I'll be giving my review of Samurai Shodown. So let's get right into this. So we're here at the main menu, and as you can see here, there's a variety of modes such as story, online, practice, options, dojo, battle, database, gallery, and then the store on the far left corner. That's all the way down there. So first thing I want to talk about here is the story. So as you can see here, there's a variety of characters, a mix of new and old. I mean, most of the characters are returning characters, and there's about 3 brand new characters. And overall, the story mode itself is not as cinematic as you expected, but then yet again, it's a reboot. This Samurai Shodown, for what I've read up and for I looked into way before it released, it's pretty much a reboot. So the story is pretty much a retelling of Samurai Shodown, and that's pretty much it. It's just retelling the story in a different way. And you have these new characters thrown into the mix, and when you pick a character, you'll pretty much get a prologue, and pretty much sets up the character and gives you a bit of a background of the character and so on. And then you go through the story mode, which is pretty much an arcade mode. And then midway through that story mode, you get a cinematic cutscene of the boss. Then you get to the end of after you get into multiple battles, that is, excuse me. After the cutscene, you get into a few more battles, then you get to the end where the final boss is at. And the final boss is no pushover. And after you defeat her, then you get the ending. And then you get a after credit cutscene, which hints out another character. I don't want to spoil that, but yeah, it does hint out another returning character, possibly returning, or a possible sequel where the character appears. Who knows? It could be any of the two. But yeah, after that, that's pretty much it, and obviously the ending of the character. But overall, the story itself is interesting. Even though it's a reboot, it doesn't go that far from the original story. I mean, they did change a lot of things, but it's not bad. Plus, you got new characters in the mix, so yeah, that's pretty much it. Trying to think if there's anything more I can say about the story. Given in some of the characters' endings, they sort of hint out certain characters, which is interesting. But I'll get into that later, a little bit later on in this review. Anyways, you got online and then Dojo. So let me see which one we'll go first. Say Dojo. So Dojo, you have Ghost Match, then you have Iron Man Challenge. Now, I do have a little bit of a complaint on this. I feel that having one or the other is kind of a waste, right? Because, okay, hear me out. Ghost Match, you can choose a opponent, the opponent's ghost, and fight against that ghost as much as you want. Here, you get to fight 100 computer ghosts in a row, which you could do the same here, pretty much. The only difference here is that you gotta keep going, and here it's just you just go and pick another opponent's ghost or whatever. For me anyways, I feel like it's pointless to have this mode, because it's like, if you don't have this mode, then it's like, it is what it is, because you still have Ghost Match. Or if you don't have Ghost Match, well, then you have Iron Man Challenge. It's just, to me, it's just a 50-50, really, and it comes down to preference. Do you want to go up against 100 computer ghosts in a row, or do you want to pick a opponent's ghost and still go up against the ghost? I mean, it's pretty much the same thing no matter how you cut it. The only difference is this one's just a special battle mode where you take on 100 computer ghosts, but here you battle it's a battle mode that pits, excuse me, you against a ghost, which that's kind of a little misleading. You can pick the ghost that you want to go up against. So I feel like that, I don't know, the way that sentence there, it's but anyways, yeah, that's pretty much it. I feel like with Dojo they could expand on different modes. It doesn't have to be ghost battles. I feel like that system is still in need of a lot of improvement in my opinion. But yeah, that's my thoughts on that. Then you have battle. Battle is pretty straightforward. You got versus, gauntlet, survival, and time trial. I really don't have to explain much about these in my opinion, just because what fighting game doesn't have a survival or a time trial at least? You know, most fighting games have these modes, or at least one of them, or something similar to it. So yeah, it's pretty straightforward there. Gauntlet is interesting. You're fighting against every character in the game, and when it says every character, it means every character, not just the characters that are available on the roster. You're also fighting the boss at the very end. And man, that's not a fun battle, I tell you. But yeah, you're fighting against every character, and it's just a challenge mode pretty much. You're just challenging yourself to see how good you are, I guess. It just is what it is. It's Gauntlet. Yeah. Then you got versus. Pretty straightforward. I mean, if you want to fight up against a friend locally or a family member in the game locally, yeah, versus. That's pretty much it. Or other players. If you're trying to set up a local tournament or whatever the case may be. Then you got database. Here is just as it sounds. You can check out various data that has been saved, etc. Then you have practice. Now you got training, which is just as it sounds. You just pick a character and it's just the typical practice mode. You just practice and sharpen up your skills, whatever. Try to try to learn the character a lot better, depending on which one you're trying to main or get good with. But then you have tutorial. This I will recommend for people that are new to Samurai Shodown and that are trying to learn some of the new mechanics in this game, because there's a lot to learn, as you can see, but it's not too difficult once you learn these things, and you most likely gonna want to re-practice some of these things over and over again till you have a better hang of it, because when you go online and you decide against some matches, you're gonna have a hell of a time. But yeah, tutorial is good for beginners, especially people that want to learn the mechanics and whatnot. Then you got gallery. So let's see, so go to this mode. So here is pretty straightforward as well. This is all the stuff that you wind up unlocking. You know, as you go through the story mode, you unlock obviously the prologue for each character. Then there's a mid-battle cutscene. That's that cutscene I was talking about. You know, you get midway, and then there's another. Then there's the boss intro. Then the boss transformation. Then the boss defeat, which is the same across the board, no matter what character you play. Then you have this right here, just when you beat the game, of course. Then there's the endings, end credits, and then ending. Oh, actually, hold up. Oh, so that after credit scene that I was talking about, I just revealed it. That was. Oh, there goes the spoiler. Yeah, so about that. That was it. Anyways, this is the special art that you get once you go through the story. In order to get this is pretty straightforward. You just don't get beat by the computer when you go into story mode, and you get the special little art piece thing. And it's really nice, even though they made Earthquake look like this dude. But yeah, you get these nice art pieces. I really like this one and this one. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And then you have sounds. The music of the characters and whatnot will voice and then music. So that's pretty much it there. Let's go to online real quick here. So as you can see here, you have rank match, casual match, leaderboards, and live. I can't talk for the live portion of this because I haven't messed with this part that much yet. If you're gonna stream the game, there's obviously other ways to stream it. So I mean, I guess if you wanna do it through that feature, I guess that's an option. Not entirely sure how it works though. Didn't bother messing with it. Then you have leaderboards, casual match, as I said before, and rank match. Yeah, pretty much it. A casual match, there's different modes in here. You get like team battle and things like that. If you could find people to join in the team battle, because it's tough to find people to join in team battle. And then you have the typical rank match. You go up against other players that are within your rank or higher, and the assault begins, man. You know, you win some, you lose some. It is what it is. Yeah, and that's pretty much it for Samurai Shodown. At least what's available currently in this build. So it's time for me to wrap this up and give my final thoughts on Samurai Shodown.
So now that we're at the end of this review, it's time for me to give Samurai Shodown its score. And that is a 7.5 out of 10. Now that I gave Samurai Shodown its score, I just feel that it needs a lot of improvements, and I feel that the score I gave Samurai Shodown is fitting for it. It does not mean that the game is bad. I think Samurai Shodown is fairly fun, but it just needs more. Given most likely over time, after they update it and patch it and add more characters to the roster, is most likely going to become a better game. But right now in its current build, it just still needs some work in my opinion. And that's pretty much all I have to say for now on Samurai Shodown. Yeah, that's pretty much it for now. Anyways, if you're new to the channel, feel free to hit that subscribe button. It is greatly appreciated. Also drop a like if you like what you're seeing here, of course. And as always, this is Rayuka here saying thanks for watching, and until next time everyone, sayonara.